competing in the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships in Paris.
You're getting on a plane, Mrs. Wormwood?
Of course I am. I always compete, Doctor. But this year I have a secret weapon. Rudolfo. Part Italian, you know, very supple, and he's got incredible upper body strength.
I think we should have a talk.
So what is it? What's wrong with me?
Mrs. Wormwood, do you have really no idea?
Gas?
Mrs. Wormwood, I want you to think very carefully. What do you think could possibly be the cause of this?
Am I, look at my fat?
Mrs. Wormwood, you're pregnant.
What?
You're going to have a baby.
But I've already got a baby. I don't want another one. Isn't there something you can do? Like,
You're 9 months pregnant.
like antibiotics. Oh, good Lord, what about the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships?
A baby, Mrs. Wormwood. A child. The most precious gift the natural world can bestow upon us has been given to you. A brand new human being. A life. A person. A wonderful new person is coming into your life to bring love and magic and happiness and wonder.
Oh, bloody hell.
Every life I bring into this world restores my faith in humankind.
What, Mrs. Wormwood? What? I'll put you in a mix.
Each newborn life and this yet unpainted is still a broken skin. These uncorrupted minds. Every life is unbelievably unlikely. The chances of existence almost infinitely small. The most common thing in life is life. And yet every single life, every new life is a miracle. A miracle.
Where is he? Where's my son?
Mr. Wormwood, are you smoking a cigarette?
I am sorry, Doc. What am I thinking? This calls for a proper smoke. Oh, good Lord, he's an ugly thing, isn't he?
This is one of the most beautiful children I have ever seen.
Oh, good Lord! What have you done with this thingy?
Is what?
You know, his whatchamacallit, his doodah. What have you done with this thingy?
Mr. Wormwood, this child doesn't have a thingy.
What? A boy with no thingy? Look what you've done, you stupid woman. This boy's got no thingy.
Mr. Wormwood, this child is a girl. A beautiful, beautiful little girl.
Is there still time for the biannual Intercontinental Sausage Championship?
Ah, no, you missed it. Competition's over. Say, I don't suppose we could exchange it for a boy, could we?
This is the worst day of my life. Oh, my undercarriage doesn't feel quite normal. My skin looks just revolting in this foul fluorescent light. And this gown is nothing like the semi-formal, semi-Spanish gown I should be wearing in the semi-finals tonight. I should be dancing the tarantella, Pimonfella, Italiana, not dressed in hospital cotton, with an ouching front bottom, and this horrible, beautiful, smelling, horrible animal I have ever seen.
I can't find his Franken beans.
He says I'm a miracle.
Chances of existence almost infinitely small. The most common thing in life is life.
jumped up little germ that kids like me should be against the law. My daddy says I should learn to shut my pie hole. No one likes a smart-mouthed girl like me. Mom says I'm a good case for population control. Dad says I should watch more TV.
Yes, sir. 155 brand new luxury cars. Yes, sir. Indeed, sir. Are they good runners? Well, let me put it to you like this. You wouldn't beat them in a race. No, sir. Yes, sir, I apologize. They are good runners, sir.
Harry!
So exactly...
Harry!
Give me 1 moment.
Oh, no. She's reading a book, Harry. That is not normal for a 5-year-old. I think she might be an idiot.
Listen to this. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
What is it? Oh, no!
Stop scaring your mother with that book, boy.
I'm a girl.
And she keeps telling me stories, Harry. Stories! Who needs stories? It's not normal for a girl
I'm
to
gonna
be
call
all
you right back.
thinking and then, oh, let me tell you, once upon a time.
Would you
this
please
character,
shut
this character.
up? Here I am trying to negotiate the biggest business deal of my life, and I have to listen to this. It's your fault, you know. You spend us into trouble, and then you expect me to get us out of it. What am I, some kind of escapologist?
Escapologist? Well, what am I then? I have this whole house to look after. Dinners don't just microwave themselves, you know. If you're an escapologist, I must be an acrobat to balance that lot. The world's greatest acrobat. Now, I'm off to bleach my roots, and I won't be talking to you for the rest of the evening, you horrid little man.
But I am gonna make us rich.
Rich. How rich?
Very rich. Russian businessmen, very stupid. Your genius husband is gonna sell them 155 knackered old bangers as brand new luxury cars.
But that's not fair. The cars will break down. What about the Russians?
Fair? Fair? Listen here, you thick-headed twit brain. Fair has never gotten anyone anywhere in this world. All I can say is thank heavens Michael inherited his old man's brains. Isn't that right, son?
Michael. Well, I shall take that money when you earn it, and I shall spend it. But I won't enjoy a single minute of it because of the despicable way in which you've treated me tonight.
This is your fault, you know. With your stupid books and your stupid reading.
But that's not right. I didn't do anything.
Right? Right? I'll tell you something, young sir. You're off to school in a few days' time, and you won't be getting right there. Oh, no, I know your headmistress, Agatha Trunchbull, and I've told her all about you and your smarty-pants ideas. Great big bear of a woman she is. Used to compete in the Olympics, throwing the hammer. Imagine what she'll do to a squeaky little goblin like you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Now, off to bed with her, you little stinkworm.
stars before they even met. That love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of their hope of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why they didn't just change their story. We're told we have to do what we're told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top of you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. Platinum blonde hair dye, extra strong. Keep out of reach of children. Oil of Island hair tonic for men. Yep. The slip of a bolt, there's a tiny revolt. The seed of a war in a creak of a floorboard. A storm can begin with flap of a wing. The tiniest mite packs the mightiest sting. Every day starts with a tick of a clock. All escapes starts with a click of a lock. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout, 'cause if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top, you won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
In business, son, a man's hair is his greatest asset. Now, the secret to my success...
Secrets.
Yes, boy. Secret. Secret. The secret to my success is this. Oil of Violet's hair tonic for men. Oh. Put a bit in my hand, boy. Now stand back. I'm going to work. Oh, yeah. Oh, really get it in there. Oh, that's the bananas. And here. And a little bit under here. Ah, perfect. You see, son, a man simply cannot fail to get noticed when he looks like this.
Secrets.
Oh,
Your hair! It's green!
are you starting already, woman? It's barely 8. Oh, my God, my hair's green.
What on earth would you do that for? Why would you want green hair?
I didn't want green hair. I didn't do anything.
Maybe you used some of Mom's peroxide by mistake.
That's exactly what you did, you stupid man.
My beautiful hair. What? Oh, good Lord. My meeting with the Russians, it's today. What am I gonna do?
I know what you can do.
Yes, tell me, what can I do?
You could pretend you're an elf.
That's it. I'll pretend I'm an elf. What are you talking about? The boy's gone loony. My beautiful hair. My beautiful hair.
Mom,
Yeah.
do you want to hear a story?
God, don't be disgusting. Why don't you creep on back to that library of yours or something? The sooner you're locked up in school, the better.
in the library again, are you? What a pleasure to see you.
Yes, I mean, my mom wanted me to stay home with her. She hates it when I go out. She misses me so much. Dad, too, he loves having me around. But I think it's good for grown-ups to have their own space.
Matilda, you are so clever. Your parents must talk about how clever you are all the time. And you tell them lots of stories like you do to me. Oh, Matilda, I love your stories. And that's not a hint, by the way, but if you did happen to have a story
Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps. I'll see you next week.
Goodbye, Miss Honey, and good luck with the Tolstoy. Anyway, as I was saying, if you had a story you wanted to...
That lady?
That lady, that was Miss Honey. She's going to be your teacher.
That lady is my teacher?
Yes, your teacher. Now, are you going to tell me a story or what?
Once upon a time, the two greatest circus performers in the world, an escapologist who could escape from any luck that was ever invented, and an acrobat who was so skilled it seems as if she could actually fly, fell in love and got married. They performed some of the most incredible feats together anyone has ever seen, and people would come from miles around, kings, queens, celebrities, and astronauts. And not just to see their skill, but to also see their love for each other, which was so deep, it was said that cats would purr as they passed them, and dogs would weep with joy. They moved into a beautiful old house on the edge of town, and in the evenings, they would walk and take in the air. The children of the town would wait in anticipation, hoping for a glimpse of the shiny white scarf that the acrobat always wore. For then they knew they had only to cry, "Tricks, tricks," and the great performers would instantly oblige with the most spectacular show just for them. But although they loved each other, and everyone loved them, and they were famous, they were sad. We have everything the world has to offer, said the wife.
We have everything.
We do not have the one thing in this world we want most.
But the one thing.
We do not have a child.
Patience, my love.
Patience, my love, the husband replied. Time is on our side, and even time loves us.
Oh, Matilda.
But time is the one thing that no one is a master of. As time passed and they grew quite old, they still had no child. At night, they listened to the silence of their big empty house and imagined how beautiful it would be if it was filled with the sounds of a child playing.
Matilda, this is very sad.
Do you want me to stop?
Don't you dare.
Their sadness overwhelmed them and drew them on to ever more dangerous feats as their work became the only place they could escape the inescapable tragedy of their lives. And so, they decided to perform the most dangerous feat ever known to man. It is called, said the husband, announcing the event to the world press who had gathered to listen with bated breath. The burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage. And it is the most dangerous feat ever known to man. It is our destiny, said the wife, smiling sadly, slipping her hand into his. It is where the loneliness of life has led us.
Well, what happened next?
I don't know. Not yet, anyways.
What? Isn't there more? Just a little bit? Isn't there just a little bit more? Well, I suppose your mother will be waiting for you. Actually, is she here? Because
Goodbye, Miss Phelps. I will see you tomorrow.
Goodbye, after your first day of school.
bet. You gotta learn to listen, kid.
And so you think you're able to survive this mess by being a prince or a princess. You will soon see there's no escaping tragedy. And even if you put in heaps of effort, you're just wasting energy. 'Cause your life, as you know it, is ancient history. I have suffered in this jail, have been trapped inside this cage for ages, this living hell. And if I try, I can't remember that before my life had ended, before my happy days were over, before I first heard the pealing of the bell. The new world was glorious. So innocent I asked 1,000 questions, but unless you want to stop and listen, I cannot teach you a thing or two. You listen here, I fear you'll be punished as severely if you step out of line, and if you cry or you tell me you should stay out of trouble and remember to be extremely careful. Why?
Why? Didn't you hear what we said?
Just you wait for his end. Just you wait for his end. C-D-E-F-G, H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P, your S-T-U-H-W-S. Why? Why? Just you wait for his end.
Good morning, class. My name is Miss Honey, and today is a very special day, your first day of school. Now, does anybody know their 2 times tables? Oh, well, wonderful, Matilda, isn't it? Please stand and do as much as you can.
1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 2 is 12, 7 times 2 is 14, 8 times 2 is 16, 9 times 2 is 18, 10 times 2 is 20, 11 times 2 is 22, 12 times 2 is 20,
Oh, my, that's very...
13 times 2 is 26, 14 times 2 is 28, 15 times 2 is 30, 16 times
Oh,
2
stop. Good heavens, how high do you think you could go?
I don't know. Quite a long way, I think.
Do you think you could tell me what 2 times 28 is?
56.
56. Yes, well, that is very, well, now how about this? Now this one is much harder, so don't worry if you don't get it, but 2 times 487. If you took your time, do you think that you could tell me?
974.
12 sevens.
84.
Oh, quiet, children. Let's leave math for the time being and move on to reading. Now, can anybody read this?
Oh, me.
Very well, Nigel. Yes, I think that's enough for today, Nigel. We don't want you to burst a blood vessel on the first day. Lavender.
Is the first word tomato?
No. But tomato is a very good word.
Yes.
Matilda.
I can now read words.
So, Matilda, you can read words.
Yes, well, I needed to learn to read words so that I could read a sentence because, well, basically a sentence is just a big bunch of words, and if you can't read a sentence, then you've got no chance with books.
And have you read a whole book by yourself, Matilda?
Oh, yes, more than one. I love books. Last week I read quite a few.
A few? In a week? Well, my, that is very impressive. What books did you read?
Nicholas Nickleby, Oliver Twist, Jane Eyre, Tess of the Dubervilles, The Lord of the Rings, Man, The Secret Garden, Crime and Punishment, and Stick of the Dump.
Knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. There's nothing to fear. You're being pathetic. It's just a door. You've seen one before. Just knock on the door. Look at you trying to hide, silly. Standing outside the principal's office like a little girl. It's just pathetic. Look at you hesitating, hands shaking. You should be embarrassed. You're not a little girl. It's just pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. What are you waiting for? Just knock on the door. Perhaps I will wait. She's probably having a meeting or something and won't want to be interrupted. If anything, caution in these situations is sensible. One should avoid confrontation when possible. I'll come back later then. But this little girl, this miracle. Knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic.
Enter. Well, don't just stand there like a wet tissue. Get on with it.
Yes, well, you see, Miss Trunchbull, in my class, you see, there is a little girl named Matilda Wormwood, and she...
Daughter of Mr. Harry Wormwood, who owns Wormwood Motors. Excellent man. Told me to watch out for the brat, though. Says she's a real wart.
Oh, no, headmistress, I don't think Matilda is that kind of child at all.
What is the school motto, Miss Honey?
Babinatum est magitum.
Babinatum est magitum. Children are maggots. In fact, it must have been her who put that stink bomb under my desk this morning. I'll have her for that. Thank you for suggesting it.
Oh, but I didn't, Miss Trunchbull, I believe Matilda Wormwood is a genius.
Nonsense. Haven't I just told you she is a gangster?
But she knows her times tables.
So she's learnt a few tricks.
But she can read.
So can I.
I have to tell you, headmistress, that in my opinion, Matilda should be placed in the top form with the 11-year-olds.
What? But she is a squid, a shrimp, an unhatched tadpole. We cannot just place her in with the 11-year-olds. What kind of society would that be? What about the rules, Jenny? Rules!
I believe Matilda Wormwood is an exception to the rules.
An exception? To the rules? In my school? Look at these trophies, see how my trophies gleam in the sunlight, see how they shine. What do you think it took to become English hammer-throwing champion 19? Do you think in that moment when my big moment came that I treated the rules with casual disdain? Well, like hell. As I stepped up to the circle, did I change my plan? What? As I chalked up my palms, did I wave my hands? I did not. As I started my spin, did I look at the view? Did I drift off and dream for a minute or two? Do you think I faltered or amended my rotation? Do you think I altered my intended elevation? As the hammer took off, did I change my grunt from the grunt I had practiced for many a month? Not a dot, not a jot. Did I stray from the plot? Not a detail of my throw. Was it just an all forgotten? Not even when the hammer left my hands and sailed high up above the stands. Did I let myself go? inside the circle all the time. And if you want to make the team, you don't need happiness or self-esteem. You just need to keep your feet inside the line. Sing, children. 2, 3, 4.
If you want to throw the hammer for your mommy not to ask like it, you have to stay inside the circle all the time.
And if you want to teach success, you don't use sympathy or tenderness. You have to force a little squint to toe the line. Sing, Jenny.
If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. Stay.
I apply just one simple rule to every life and school. Life's a ball, so learn to throw it. Find the belly line and tow it. And always keep your feet inside the line. Now get out.
Well, I have to tell you, headmistress, that it is my intention to help this little girl, whether you like it or not.
Big nasty, how dare they talk to me? Slimy, stinking, filthy, question-asking Russians!
Don't tell me we're not rich.
It was the mileage. They took one look at the mileage on the first car and said that they were all knackered. I told them it was due to a manufacturing mistake.
Is that true?
Of course it's not true.
So you lied,
Of course I lied.
and they didn't believe you?
Of course they didn't believe me. I've got green hair.
I've got hair.
And what's this? Another flamin' book? What's wrong with the telly?
She's got no respect, that one. For her, it's all books and stories.
No, it's a
and-
lovely book. Honest, you should read it. I'm sure you'll love
Lovely. Well, here's what I think of your lovely.
it. No! It's a library book. It's from the library.
You show that little brat. Ha!
Now get out of here, you little stinkworm.
Do we have any super glue?
Somewhere in the cabinet. And while you're at it, why don't you glue that stupid book to your stupid head?
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right.
I got my eye on you, boy.
I'm a girl.
and I think they just fit.
Right. Well, I better stick around just in case. If your brains start to squeeze out of your ears, you're gonna need help. I'm Lavender, by the way, and it's probably for the best if we're best friends.
Help me! Someone poured a whole can of treacle on the Trunchbull's chair. She sat down, and when she stood up, her knickers stayed stuck to the seat. Someone told her it was me, but I never, and now she's after me.
That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
You're done, kid. You're finished.
Once Agatha Trunchbull decides you're guilty, you're squished.
Yesterday, she caught Julius Robwinkle eating a licorice in science class. She just picked him up, swung him around, and threw him out the window.
That's not true. That didn't happen. They're just trying to scare you.
Oh, Matilda, they're saying she's gonna put me in chokey!
What's chokey?
They say it's a cupboard in her office that she throws children into. They say she lined it with nails and spikes and bits of broken glass.
There's a place you are sent if you haven't been good.
And it's made of spikes and wood.
And it isn't wide enough to sit.
And even if you could,
There are nails on the bottom.
so you'd wish you'd stood.
When the hinges creak and the door is closed, you cannot see squat. Not the end of your nose. And when you scream, you don't know if the sound came out or if the scream in your head even reached your mouth. All right, look, when did this happen?
About 20 minutes ago. Why? Oh no, she's coming!
You better hide, quick, blazers!
Please don't tell her I am, Matilda.
Now!
You separating spleen! Where is the maggot known as Nigel?
He's over there, under those coats. Where he's been for the past hour, actually.
What, an hour?
Yes. You see, unfortunately, Nigel suffers from the rare but chronic sleep disorder narcolepsy. The condition is characterized by the sufferer experiencing bouts of chronic fatigue and often falling asleep without any knowing or warning at all. He fell asleep, and we put him under those coats for safety. Didn't we? Didn't we?
Yeah.
Start 11. He'll probably just think he's in bed when he wakes up.
Oh, is it time for school yet, Mom? Where am I? Why, this isn't my bedroom at all. Oh, hello, Miss Trunchbull.
Amanda Thripp.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull.
What have I told you about wearing pigtails? I hate pigtails.
But my mommy likes them. She says they make me look pretty.
Then your mother is a twit!
Look out, she's coming to land.
Here she comes.
You, what is your name?
Matilda Wormwood.
Oh, so you're Wormwood, are you? I might have known. Well, Wormwood, you have just made a very big mistake. Just so you all know, she is my best friend.
That's right, sir. Completely different cars. Brand new stock, sir. Green hair? Yeah, it's Green Hair Day. A celebration of all the wonderful green things in the world, like lettuce and snot. So, tomorrow at 1? Perfect, sir. Yeah, dose for dude out of you too. Now that is how... What the... Oh, come on. Come on. You know what? I think I'll just leave this on. Looks like rain.
Who is it?
It's Miss Honey, Matilda's teacher.
A little bit busy right now.
Well, it'll only take a moment.
All right, come in if you must.
Oh, my,
Oh, no, this is Rudolfo. It's nothing like that. He's my dance partner. We're just rehearsing.
Ciao.
Parle Italiano? Bene. Ciao, Rodolfo. Piacere. Come stai?
What? Babes, who is this? You know what interruptions do to my energy flow.
What do you want, Miss Chutney?
It's Miss Honey. Well, as you know, Matilda is in the bottom class, and children in the bottom class aren't exactly expected to read, but
Well, then stop her reading then. Lord knows we've tried.
I'm in the zone, doll. I can feel it in my hips. Don't waste this.
Listen, I'm not in favor of girls getting all smarty pants, Miss Hussey. A girl should be thinking about makeup and hair dye. Looks are more important than books. Now look at you and look at me. You chose books, and I chose looks.
I beg your pardon?
Babes, I'm on a fire here. Please.
But Matilda can calculate complicated figures in her head in an instant.
Calculate this.
Oh, fantastic.
Her mind is incredible.
Mind? Her mind? You really don't know anything, do you? Somewhere along the way, my dear, you've made an awful error. Oh, you oughtn't blame yourself now. Come along. You seem to think that people like people who are clever. It's very quaint. It's very sweet. But wrong.
Oh, no, thank you.
People don't like smarty pants what go round, claiming that they know stuff we don't know. Now here's a tip. What you know matters less than the volume with which what you don't know's expressed. Content has never been less important, so you have got to be loud. Girl, you gotta learn to stand up and stand out from the crowd. A little less flat, a lot more heel. A little less fat, a lot more feel. A little less brains, a lot more hair. A little less head, a lot more derriere. Woo! Nope, my number, my spotlight. Woo! No one's gonna tell you when to shake your tush. Well, you got a light, don't hide it under a bushel. No one's gonna look if you don't stand out. No one's gonna listen if you don't shout. No one's gonna care if you don't care. So go and put some highlights in your hair, 'cause you gotta highlight what you got. Even if what you got is not a lot, you gotta be loud. You gotta give yourself permission to shine, to stand up and be proud. Woo! A little less, a lot more zing, a little less shh, a lot more swing, a little less dressing like your mom, a little more ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-bum. Woo! I look nice. You don't. No one's gonna tell you when to wiggle your bumba.
No one's gonna love you if you don't know the rumba.
Everybody loves a little something exotic.
But learning a language is over the top.
It doesn't really matter if you don't know much.
As long as you don't know it with the volume up.
The less you have to sell, the harder you sell it. The less you have to say, the louder you dress it. The dumber the act, bigger the confession. The less you have to show, the louder you dress it. You've got to get up. You gotta get up and be loud, 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 loud.
Your judges!
Hey judges, eyes on me. Woo! Ready? Watch this. Look at me! Look at me! You gotta be loud. 10. Sit up and be proud. Are you listening? You gotta be loud. Get yourself a picture to shine. You gotta be proud. Think you're clever? Whatever. Loud, 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 loud,
Stop being pathetic, Jenny. Just get on your feet, Jenny. You are going to march in there and give them a piece of your mind. Leave it alone, Jenny. The more that you try, the more you'll just look like a fool. This is not your problem. You've not got the spine. You are a teacher, just go back to school. But this little girl, this miracle, she seems not to know that she's special at all. And what sort of teacher would I be if I let this little girl fall? I can see this little girl needs somebody strong to fight by her side. Instead, she's found me. Pathetic little me. And another door closes, and Jenny's outside.
And so the great day arrived. It was like the entire world had gathered to see the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage. Everything was arranged by the acrobat's sister, a frightening woman who used to be an Olympic-class hammer thrower and loved nothing better than to scare the children of the town. People whispered that in her dark and brooding heart, she resented both her sister, her success, and her love. Then, suddenly, out came the escapologist, dressed as usual in his tights and spankly costume. But there was no sign of the acrobat, and no glimpse of the shiny white scarf. And instead of the musical fanfare, it was just silence as he solemnly strode to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage has been cancelled.
No!
Yes, the audience gathered gasped so loud that a passing airplane caught it on its instrumentation and reported it as an atmospheric phenomenon.
Cancelled because my wife is
pregnant!
Oh, Matilda!
Absolute silence. You could have heard a fly burp. Then, suddenly, the audience jumped to its feet and roared in appreciation. The great feat was instantly forgotten, and the applause went on for nearly an hour.
Hooray! So the story has a happy ending then.
Forgotten by everyone, that is, except the acrobat sister. When all had quieted down, she stepped forward and produced a contract.
A contract?
A contract you have signed to perform this feat, and perform this feat you shall. I have paid for the posters, the publicity, catering, the toilet facilities. If I give the crowd their money back, where is my profit? A contract is a contract is a contract. My hands are tied. The burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharps and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage will be performed and performed this day, or off to prison you both shall go.
Well, what happened next?
I don't know. I'll tell you tomorrow.
Well, I don't know if my nerves can make it until tomorrow.
Miss Phelps, are you crying? Maybe I shouldn't tell you anymore.
No, Matilda, we must hear how it ends, and I'm not crying because I'm sad. It's just that they wanted that child so very much. It must be wonderful for a child to be so wanted.
Yes. Wonderful. Bye, Miss Phelps.
Matilda, could I speak to you for a moment, please? I'm afraid I've not been successful in getting others to recognize your abilities. So starting tomorrow, I will bring in a selection of very clever books that will challenge your mind. You may sit and read while I teach the others, and if you have any questions, well, I'll do my best to answer them. How does that sound? Oh, my Matilda, that is the biggest hug in the world. You're going to hug all the air out of me.
Matilda Wormwood! Matilda Wormwood, where is...
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
So you admit it, do you?
Admit what, Miss Trunchbull?
This clot, this foul carbuncle is none other than a disgusting criminal, a denizen of the underworld, a member of the mafia. This morning, you sneaked like a serpent into the kitchen and stole a slice of my private chocolate cake from my tea tray.
No, I did not.
Miss Trunchbull, Matilda's been with me all morning.
Standing up for the little spitball, are you? Well, this crime happened before school started. Therefore, she is... guilty!
Okay, look, all right? I stole the cake. And honestly, I was really, definitely, sort of, almost thinking of owning up. Maybe. But the thing was, I was having a lot of trouble with my belly. You see, the Trunchbull's cake was so good that I scoffed it down too quickly, and now it was beginning to fight back. You see?
I'm not guilty. I didn't do anything.
You are guilty because you are a thief. You are a fiend, and I shall crush you. I shall pound you. I shall consign you to the seventh circle of hell, child. You shall be destroyed.
Who's the biggest burp I'd ever done? Who's the biggest burp I'd ever heard? The biggest burp I'd ever heard about. It was like the entire world went silent for that burp to exist. As a huge cloud of chocolatey gas wafted from your mouth and drifted across the classroom. Past lavender, past Alice, past Matilda, and my great, big, beautiful chocolatey burp, which now seemed to have a mind of its own, wafted full into the face of the trench bowl.
Bruce Bogtrotter.
Yes, miss?
You liked my cake, didn't you, Bruce?
Yes, Miss Trenchbull, and I'm very sorry,
Oh,
but...
no. As long as you enjoyed the cake, that's the main thing.
Is it?
Yes, Bogtrotter. It is.
Oh. Well, I did. Thank you.
Wonderful. Marvelous. That makes me so happy. It gives me a warm feeling in my lower intestine. Oh, hall monitors. What's the matter, Bogtrotter? Lost your appetite?
Well, yes, I'm full.
Oh, no. You are not full. You are not full until I say you are full, and I say that criminals like you are not full until you have eaten the entire cake. But there's no time for buts. Eat.
But I can't eat it all.
Headmistress Hill be sick. You should have thought of that before he made a pact with Satan and decided to steal my cake. Eat.
He can't.
Eat.
He surely can't.
Eat.
He might explode.
Eat.
A single slice, or even two, Bruce, might have been nice. But even you, Bruce, come to admit, between you and it, there's not a lot of difference in size. He can't, he surely can't, like man Bruce. He might explode, he's quite elastic. He's going to blow, make him so, he's fantastic. Look at him, I can't walk, I can affect. This must confirm Bruce, what we all suspected. You have a worm, Bruce, maybe a largeness is like the TARDIS. Considerably roomier inside. He surely can't, you are man Bruce. We are almost Bruce. You'll never again be subject to abuse for your immense caboose. To the ball of truce, Bruce. With every swallow you were tight to beat the noose. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it too. The time has come to put that tumbly zone to use. No excuse, Bruce. Let out your mouth, I think you'll want your trousers loose. Oh, stuff it in, you're almost finished. You'll fit it in, whatever you do, just don't give in. Don't let her win. Come on, Bruce, we are heroes. Cover yourself in chocolate glory.
It's too much. It's just too much.
Go on, Bruce, do it.
Silence!
You'll never again be something to abuse. Say your immense caboose. To call a truce, Bruce. Swipe our bites and you'll completely cut your goose. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it.
I'm sorry, Miss Trunchbull. I got, carried away.
That's all right, Jenny. We all get carried away sometimes. Even me. Well done, Bogtrotter. Good show. Well. Come along.
folks enjoying the show? Glad to hear it. Who's your favorite character so far? Perfect. Then laugh harder. How are you ladies doing? What sorority did they let you out of? So how are we doing today, folks? Well, first things first, I'd like to apologize for some of the things that you've been seeing here today. They are not nice things and they are not right things, and we do not wish to see any children that may be here watching today to go home and try these things out for themselves. I am, of course, referring to reading books. It is not normal for children to behave in this fashion. Reading wears out the eyes, stunts the mind, and makes children boring, gassy, stinky, smelly, fatty, ugly, batty, and most crucially, gives them verrucas of the mind. We do not condone any such behavior, and we say so utterly without reservoirs. May I just ask, how many of you here have ever read a book? Oh, Jesus, Mary Tyler Moore. Okay, you there, red sweatshirt. Yeah, you. What's your name? Angel. Angel. Well, don't take this the wrong way, Angel, but, well, bookworm, stupid little bookworm, reading their books like a worm. You read books. Worms read books. Worms are stupid. Therefore, you, my friend, are a sworm. So there. Now, Angel has learned a very valuable lesson. Won't stop him from reading books, but he'll never raise his hand in a theater again. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please present our crowning achievement as a species, the very reason we bothered evolving out of unicorns in the first place. Somewhere on a show I heard that a picture tells 1,000 words. So telling, if you'd bothered to take a look, is the equivalent of like lots of books. All I know I learned from telly, this big beautiful box of facts. If you know a thing already, you can switch the channel over just like that. Endless joy and endless laughter, folks living happily ever after. All you need to make you wise is 1 to 3 minutes plus advertisements. Why would we waste our energy? Turn in the pages 1, 2, 3. We can sit comfortably on a lovely monthlies, watching people singing and talking and doing stuff. All I know I learned from telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly just how clever of a feller I am. Take it away, son. Oh, please, after you. Okay. Show that. Yeah. Hit him with another one. You can't learn that from no stinking book. All I know I learned from telly, what to think and what to buy. Now I was pretty smart already, but I'm really, really smart, very, very smart. Endless content, endless panels, endless chat on endless channels. All you need to fill your muffin without really having to think on nothing. Why would we waste our energy trying to work out Ulysses? We could sit happily on a lovely balconies, watching slightly famous people talk to really famous people. All I know, I learned from telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly just how clever of a feller I am. Who the Dickens is Charles Dickens? Mary Shelley, ooh, she sounds smelly. Charlotte Bronte, do not want it. Jane Austen, she's combusted. James Joyce, he doesn't sound nice. Ian McEwen, I feel like spewing. William Shakespeare. Moby Dick. Come on, folks, laugh, it's funny! All together! All I know, I learned from telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly what a very clever fella I am. Oh yeah! Give it up for Patty and the Pits.
Hello. I'm Lavender, by the way, Matilda's best friend. There's a bit coming up that's all about me. Well, not exactly about me, but I play a big part in it. But I'm not going to tell you what happens because I don't want to spoil it for you. All right, look. What I do is I volunteer to give the Trunchbull a jug of water. And then, no, I'm not going to say anymore because I don't want to ruin it. But then on the way back, I find this newt. A newt is like a really ugly creature that lives in water. And so I pick it up and then, no, I will not say anymore. I'm going to put the newt in the Trunchbull's jug. It's going to be brilliant.
When I grow up, I will be tall enough to reach the branches that I need to reach to climb the trees you get to climb when you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day on the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I will
revenge section.
What? We don't have a revenge section. Why? Is there a child at school who's behaving like a bully?
Oh, no, not a child exactly.
Matilda, is there something you'd like to tell me?
Would you like to hear the next part of the story?
Story? Did you say story? Yes, right away.
Slowly, very slowly, the acrobat wound her shiny white scarf across her husband's neck. For luck, my love, she said, kissing him with gentlest of kisses. Smile, we have done this 1,000 times. Then, suddenly, she hugged him with the biggest hug in the world, so hard that he thought that she would hold all the air out of him. And so, they prepared themselves for the most dangerous feat that had ever been performed. The great escapologist had to escape from the cage, lean out, catch his wife with one hand, grab the fire extinguisher in the other, and put out the flames on this specially designed dress within 12 seconds before he blew his wife's head off.
Sorry, go on.
The trick started well. The moment the specially designed dress was set alight, the acrobat swung into the air. The crowd held their breath as she rolled over the sharks and spiky objects. 1 second, 2 seconds, the flames began to creep up the dress. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, she began to reach her arm out towards the cage. 5 seconds, 6 seconds, suddenly the padlocks pinched open and the huge chains fell away. 7 seconds, 8 seconds, the door flung open and the escapologist reached out one huge muscled arm to catch the wife and the child. 9 seconds, 10 seconds, 11 seconds, and he grabbed her and suddenly they're covered in foam before they both can be blown to pieces.
So the story has a happy ending then?
No.
No?
No. Perhaps it was the thought of their child, or maybe it was nerves, but the escapologist used a touch too much foam, and their hands became slippery, and she fell.
Well, was she okay? Did she survive?
She broke every bone in her body, except the ones at the end of her little fingers. She did manage to live long enough to have the child, but the effort was too great. Love our little girl, she said. Love our daughter with all your heart. She is everything we've ever wanted.
Love our girl with everything. She is everything.
And then she died. And then things got worse.
What? Worse? Matilda, they could not get worse.
I'm afraid they did, because the escapologist was so kind that he never for 1 second blamed the evil aunt for what had just happened. In fact, he asked her to move in with her and help look after his daughter. She was nothing but cruel to the little girl, making her wash, iron, cook, and clean, and beating her if she did one thing wrong. But always in secret, so that the escapologist never suspected a thing. And so, the poor little girl grew up with the meanest, cruelest, horriblest aunt you could ever possibly imagine.
Let's call the police!
Mrs. Phelps, this is just a story.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Matilda, you are so smart. Your parents must think they've won the lottery having a girl as smart as you.
Yes, they do think that. They always say, oh, Matilda, we're so proud of you. You're like winning the lottery. Yeah, I better go.
I'm so very, very, very clever. I'm so very flamin' clever. What a very clever feller I am. Oh, come here, you, it's celebration time.
No, stop. There's only one man I do that with.
Well, gather around, family. I'd like you all to share in my triumph. Not you, boy. Go on. There I am, 155 old bangers on my hands, all polished up, but the mileage on the clock telling the truth, that each and every one was knackered. What could I do to get the mileage down? I couldn't very well drive each car backwards, could I?
Backwards.
When all of a sudden I had the most brilliant idea. I ran into the workshop and grabbed a drill. Using my genius mind, I ran back to the first car, stuck it in the speedometer, and whacked it in reverse.
Backwards.
That's right, son. Backwards, backwards. You see, the motor on a drill rotates thousands of times a second. In no time at all, I had reduced the mileage on that first car to practically nothing. Yes, and I did it to each and every car.
Backwards.
Let's stop talking now, darling.
And about 10, 15 minutes later, the Russians show up. These great, big, nasty-faced apes. They wore dark sunglasses, fancy suits. Didn't know who they thought they were.
You know, Russians are nocturnal. I learned that in a program last night.
That was badgers. It was a program about badgers.
Same thing. Anyway, did it work? Fantastic! We'll be able to afford Rudolfo all day long.
That's not fair. They've trusted you and you've cheated them.
What is the matter with you? What have we done to deserve a child like you?
You know what I'm gonna do? First thing tomorrow morning, I'm going down to the library and telling that old hag that you're never to be let in there again. And if she does, I'll have her fired. I'll put an end to your stories, young man.
Oh, please don't.
Oh, yes. You'll never read another book as long as you live. Now get in there, you little twerp.
Escapologist's daughter cried herself to sleep alone in her room. She never said a single word about the evil aunt's bullying, as she didn't want to cause a fuss, and so she suffered in silence. This only encouraged the woman to greater cruelties, until one day she exploded. You are a useless, filthy, nasty little creep! And she threw her and beat her into a dank, dark, dusty cellar, locked the door, and went out. But that night, the escapologist happened to come home early. And when he heard the sounds of her daughter's tears, he smashed the door open.
Don't cry, I am here, little girl. Please don't cry, dry your eyes, wipe away your tears. Little girl, forgive me, I didn't mean to desert you. Don't cry, little girl, nothing can hurt you, you've nothing to fear.
So wrapped up in my grief for my wife that I've forgotten the one thing that matters to us most. I love you so much, my daughter. I shall spend the rest of my life making it up to you. We shall be together forever. Don't cry, Daddy. I'm all right, Daddy. Please don't cry here. Let me wipe away your tears.
Forgive me.
Daddy, forgive me.
I didn't mean to desert you.
I didn't want to upset you. Please, Daddy, don't cry. I'll be alright.
Nothing
By my
can
side,
hurt you.
I have
You've
nothing
nothing to fear. I'm when the wrath of a grown man stands before her.
And that was the last that the little girl ever saw of her father. Because he never came home, ever again.
Matilda, I've got those books we spoke about, so if you'd like,
What are you doing with those books, woman?
They're for Matilda.
No, they are not. Not on my watch. There's an age for reading and an age for being a filthy little toad. And these are toads. Isn't that right, Bog Trotter?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull. Only Bog Trotter here is now a good toad. Sit. It has become clear to me, Miss Honey, that you have no idea what you are doing. You believe in kindness and fluffiness and books and stories. That is not teaching. To teach the child, you must first break the child. Quiet, you maggots!
But no one was speaking, Miss Trunchbull.
Please understand that when I say quiet, you maggots, you are entirely included in that statement. Now, where is my jug of water?
I'll get it, Miss Trunchbull.
Stupid girl. Look at you all. Flabby, disgusting, revolting, I say. I think it's time we toughened you all up with a little bit of phys ed. This school of late has started reeking. Quiet, maggot, when I'm speaking. Reeking with the most disturbing scent. Only the finest nostrils smell it, but I know it, oh too well. It is the odor of rebellion. It's the bouquet of dissent. And you may bet your breeches this headmistress finds this foul odoriferousness wholly olfactorily insulting. And so to stop the stenches spread, I find a session of phys ed sorts the merely rank from the revolting. The smell of rebellion comes out in the sweat, and phys ed will get you sweating. And it won't be long before I smell the pong of aiding and abetting. A bit of phys ed will tell us who has a head full of rebellious thoughts. Hold, just like a rotten egg floats to the top of a bucket of water. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of insubordination, the resistance, the form of dissent, a double time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Discipline, discipline for children who aren't listening, for midgets who are fidgeting and whispering in history. They're chattering and tittering, they're nattering and twittering. Is tempered with a smattering of discipline. We must begin insisting on rigidity and discipline, persistently resisting this anarchistic mischief. In these minutes you are frittering on pandering and pitying, while little ones like this, they just need discipline. The simpering, the whimpering, the dribbling, the swiggling, and miss, I need a tissue, it's an issue we can fix. There is no mystery to mastering the art of custom missing. It's discipline, discipline, discipline! The smell of rebellion, the stench of reboots, the reek of prepubescent talking, the whiff of resistance, the common dissent, the funk of moral fiber running. Imagine a world with no children. Close your eyes and just dream. Imagine, come on, try it, the peace and the quiet, a bubbling stream. Now imagine a woods with a cottage, and inside that cottage we find a dwarf called Sick, a carnival freak who can fold paper hats with his mind, and he says, don't let them steal your horses. Don't let them take them away. If you find your way through, they'll be waiting for you, singing, nay, nay, nay.
She's mad!
Aha! And there, just like I said, the stinking maggot rears her head. Even the squiddiest, piteous mess can harbor seeds of stickiness. Have you ever seen anything more repellent? Have you ever smelled anything worse than the smell of rebellion? The stench of evils, the reek of insubordination, a whiff of resistance, the calm of dissent. And I will not stop till you are squashed, till this rebellion is squashed, till my sweaty discipline has washed the sickening stench
It's the new. I've got the new. I'm gonna put the new.
quiet.
I don't think this is teaching at all. I think it's just cruelty.
That is because, Miss Honey, you are wet. You are weak. You are, in fact, a sniveling little newt.
What is it?
Oh, it's disgusting. It's a snake. Watch out, Miss Rituals, goodbye. I bet it's poisonous.
Quiet, children, please.
You.
No, I didn't.
Oh, no, you did this, you vile, filthy, malicious little sin.
Stop! No!
Miss Trunchbull, please, you'll pull her ears off.
I have found for years of experimentation, Miss Honey, that the ears of little girls do not come off. They merely stretch. In fact, I can feel these ones stretching now.
No!
Leave her alone, you big fat bully! Have you ever wondered, will I have about how when I say red? For example, there's no way of knowing if red means the same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says red. How if we are traveling at almost the speed of light? Am I holding light? That light would still travel away from us. At the full speed of light, which seems right in a way that I'm trying to say. I'm not sure, but I wonder if inside my head I'm not just a bit different from some of my friends. These answers that come into my mind are hidden. These stories delivered to me fully written. And when everyone shouts like they seem to like shouting, the noise in my head is incredibly loud. And I just wish they'd stop. My dad and my mom and the telly and the stories would stop. pause in a walk in the woods. Quiet, like silence, but not really silent. Just that nice kind of quiet, like the sound when you lie upside down in your bed. Just the sound of your heart in your head. And though the people around me, their mouths are still moving, the words they are forming cannot reach me anymore. And it is quiet, and I am warm, like I've sailed into the eye of the storm. Go on, tip over, tip, 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 tip over.
Miserable excuses for children, you standing there like the squid of squid's heart's beating heart. But I am a match for you, and I tell you that there is nothing I shall not do. No length I shall not go to, no punishment I shall not inflict, no ear I shall not stretch, no finger I shall not. What is that? What is it? It's heading north. What is? Oh, there is a newt in my knickers. There is a newt in my knickers. There's a newt in my knickers.
Well, that was interesting. I think it would be best if we all went home while we still can. Matilda?
Watch.
Matilda, I think it would be wise to go
Watch,
before.
please. I moved it with my eyes. Am I strange?
How would you fancy a nice cup of tea?
What do you think the thing with my eyes is?
I don't know, Matilda, but I don't think we need to be frightened. I think it has something to do with that incredible mind of yours.
You mean there's no room in my head for my brain, so they have to squish out through my eyes?
No, not exactly, but something like that, maybe. You certainly are a clever girl, Matilda. I've met your mother. She's, unusual. How about your father? Is he proud to have a little girl as clever as you?
Oh yes, he's very proud. He's very, very proud. He's always saying, Matilda, we're so proud to have the daughters. That's not true, Miss Honey. That's not what he says at all. He calls me a cheat and a liar and a nasty little creep.
I see. Well, here we are. Home sweet home.
Are you poor?
Yes. Yes, I am. Very.
But don't they pay teachers very much?
Well, they don't, actually, but, I am poorer than most for other reasons. You see, I used to live with my aunt. And one day I was out walking, and I happened upon this old shed. I fell completely in love with it. I ran to the farmer, and I begged him to let me have it. He thought I was mad. But he agreed, and I've lived here ever since.
But, Miss Honey, you can't live in a shed.
I'm not strong like you, Matilda. You see, my father died when I was very young. Magnus was his name. He was incredibly kind. And when he was gone, my aunt became my she was mean and cruel like you could hardly imagine. And when I got my job as a teacher, she presented me with a bill for looking after me all those years. She had written everything down, every tea bag, every electricity bill, every tin of beans. And she made me sign a contract promising that I would pay her back every penny. She even produced a document that said that my father had left her his entire house.
Did he really do that? Magnus, I mean, did he really just give her his house?
Oh, I don't know. I find it hard to believe. Just like I cannot believe that he would have, killed himself, which is what she said happened.
You think she did him in, don't you, Miss Honey?
Oh, I don't know. All I know is years of being bullied by that woman made me, well, pathetic. I was trapped.
So that's why you live here.
This roof keeps me dry when the rain falls. This door helps to keep the cold at bay. On this floor, I can stand on my own 2 feet. On this chair, I can write my lessons. On this pillow, I can dream my nights away. And this table, as you can see, well, it's perfect for tea. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough.
Miss Honey, she has everything that's yours.
On these walls I hang wonderful pictures. Through the window I can watch the seasons change. By this lamp I can read, and I am set free. And when it's cold outside, I feel no fear. Even in the winter storms, I am warmed by a small but stubborn fire. And there is nowhere I would rather be. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. This is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough. And when it's cold and bleak,
Please don't
I
cry,
feel
I am
no
here,
fear. Even in the fiercest storm, I am
let me
warmed by a
wipe
small
away your
but
tears.
stubborn fire.
Forgive me,
Even when outside
I
it's
didn't
freezing,
mean to
I
desert you.
don't pay much heed. I know
know
that
that I hurt
everything I need is in here. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough for me.
Miss Honey, is this your father's scarf?
Why, yes. Yes, it is. My mother gave it to him before she died. You see, she was...
An acrobat.
Why, yes. Yes, how did you, And my father, he was an escapologist. Matilda, how did you know that?
So they were your parents?
What? Who?
The people in my story.
What story?
I've been telling a story and I thought I was making it up. It's real. It's your life. I've seen your life.
You've seen my life?
She did it, and let's go to the police.
Wait, Matilda, no, we can't. We have no evidence.
Just tell them that she did it.
Oh, that wouldn't work, Matilda. It would be my word against hers, and they would never believe she was capable of murder.
But why, Miss Honey? She was so cruel to you. She beat you. She shouted at you. She locked you up in tiny cupboards and threw you in cellars.
Stop, Matilda, please.
Miss Honey, your aunt's a murderer. Who is she?
A contract is a contract is a contract.
Miss Trunchbull!
Even if it screams. What are you looking at? You. This class is going to have a very special spelling test. Any child who gets even one single word wrong shall go to Chokey. You. Spell, let me see. Spell newt.
Newt. N-E-W-T. Newt!
What?
Miss Honey taught us. She's very good at teaching.
Miss Honey is too soft and peachy to be good at anything. Any moron can see that. You, stand up and spell the one thing that you all are. Revolting.
Revolting. R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. Revolting.
You're cheating.
Of course she's not cheating. She's simply spelling the word.
These specks of dust cannot be this clever. They are worms.
I've taught them. That's all with kindness and patience and respect.
How dare you use those words in my classroom, woman? You know nothing of teaching, and I shall prove it. You, filth-bog snot-nose. Spell, let me see. Spell Amchelicominialiseptoristomosis.
What? That's not a word. You just made it up.
Spell Ogotochoki, and I must warn you, it has silent letters.
A-M-C-H-E-L-L-A.
Oh dearie, dearie, dear.
K?
Oh, sorry, it was the silent Z. You're going to Chokey!
Cats! Cats? C-A-S. Cats.
What?
Oh no, I got it wrong, Miss Trunchbull. It looks like you'll have to put me in the chokey too.
What are you doing? Stop this.
John. D-F-C. Put me in chokey too. Table. X-A-B-F-Y. And me.
Stop this, do you hear?
You can't put all of us in chokey. Banana. G-T-A-A-B-L. Maggots. T-Y-M-P-D. Snot nose. U-T-O-O-O. Oh. Naughty. P-U-F-T-Y-X-N. Big fat bully. P-Q-Y-C-H-W. Revolting! A-T-V-A-L-L-A-T-E-F. Revolting!
Oh, you have to put me in chokey too. You can't put us all in chokey, Miss Trunchbull.
Did you really think I hadn't thought of that? I've been busy. A whole array of chokies, one for each and every one of you. And I'm sorry to say that each and every one of you has failed. You see, children, in this world there are two types of human beings. The winners and the losers. And I, of course...
Look at the chalk!
Look, it's writing something.
What? Who's doing this?
No one! No one's doing anything!
What's it saying? Agatha, this is Magnus.
No, it can't be.
Give my Jenny back her house.
No, it can't be Magnus.
Then leave, or I will get you.
Stop.
Like you got me. Run!
Never again will she get the best of me. Never again will she take away my freedom. And we won't forget the day we fought
For the right to be a little bit naughty. Never again.
for the choky doorstep.
Never again.
Why be bullied and
Never again.
why doubt it when
My mommy says I'm a miracle. Never again. Never again will we live behind bars. Never again will we know we are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done, and we'll have the trunks revolting. We're revolting. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done, and we'll have the trunks revolting. We're revolting. Become a screaming horde. Take out your hockey stick and use it as a sword. Never again will we be ignored. We'll find out where the truck is stored. Hey, driver, pictures on the board. It's not insulting. We're revolting. We can SPL how we like. If enough of us are wrong, wrong is right. Everyone N-O-R-T-Y. We're a little bit naughty. We make us say it is time to like. If we disobey at the same time, there is nothing that the church will can do. Take her hammer and I think you didn't think you could push us too far. But there's no going back now. We R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N. Revolting time. L-S-I-N-G. U-S-I-N-G. Right. B-R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. It is too late for you. We are revolting. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done. It is too late for you. We are revolting children living in revolting times. U-S-I-N-G. U-S-I-N-G. We'll be R-E-V O-L-T-I-N-G. It is too late for you. We are revolting.
A few days later, the acrobat and the escapologist's daughter received a letter from a solicitor. It said that her parents' will had mysteriously turned up, and that she was now the owner of the beautiful old house, which had, up until that moment, been owned by the evil aunt, one Agatha Trunchbull. She moved in immediately and was very happy, happier than she had ever been in her entire life.
As for Miss Trunchbull, she was never seen again. The Chokies were immediately destroyed, and a new headmistress took over.
And her name was Miss Honey. And it was often said that it was the best school in all the land.
And do you know something else? Matilda was never again able to move things with her eyes. I thought it was because her mind was finally being challenged, but she told me it was because she no longer had a need for superpowers. Sometimes I would look at Matilda, this little girl who had done so much to help others, but who was stuck with parents who were mean and cruel and called her names, and I would feel my blood start to boil. I would wish I could just do something.
So, this is the end. And I wish so much that I could tell you that the story had a happy ending. I wish so much that I could tell you that Matilda got the love that she deserved. But perhaps the truth is that not all stories have happy endings.
Well, don't just stand there golfing. We're going to Spain. Come on.
Spain? But why? Because this idiot, this twit brain, seemed to think it was a good idea to sell 155 bangers to the Russian mafia.
Well, I didn't know they were the flaming Russian mafia, did I? Come on, boy. We'll leave it here and we're never coming back.
Let Matilda stay here with me.
I beg your pardon.
Mr. Wormwood, I would love to take care of Matilda. That is, if she would like to stay with me. I would look after her with love and care and respect, and I'd pay for everything. Would you like that, Matilda?
You mean leave our daughter here with you?
What did you just say?
They're gonna be here any minute.
Wait, but you just called me your daughter.
They're here! You idiot! I told you! Quick, hide in the books!
What did they damage my legs? My beautiful legs!
You are the Wormwood's daughter?
Yes.
Where is your father?
I don't know.
The Wormwood is a stupid man. And being stupid, he assumed I was stupid too. And that is a very stupid and rude thing to do.
Yes, I'm afraid my father is quite rude and very, very stupid.
You know this. At least there's one clever one in the family. What is your name, little girl?
Matilda.
I like you, Matilda. You seem smart. Unfortunately, in my line of work, I don't often get to meet smart people like you. Most of the people I deal with, their thinking is backwards.
Backwards!
Я даже прикрывает своего отца crazy. Да, кратно встретить такого ребенка.
Спасибо. Мне тоже приятно с вами познакомиться.
Ты говоришь по-русски?
Не так хорошо, как не находилась, и так как язык, поэтому я выучил дольше.
Matilda, who taught you to speak Russian?
Well, I taught myself, I suppose. I was reading Dostoevsky, and I thought it would be best to read it in the language that it was written in.
I am Sergei. It is truly an honor to meet you, Matilda Wormwood. Matilda, your father has been stupid and rude to both of us, yes? I could very easily have some of my comrades teach him manners. And one day, when he leaves hospital, he will still be stupid. But not so rude, I think. I give this as a gift to you. What do you say?
Mr. Sergei, this is a very tempting offer, but he's my father and I'm his daughter, and I think I have had enough revenge.
This little girl, this miracle, Matilda.
Da?
Что ты делаешь?
Я думал, вы сказали «да». Я тоже думал, что он сказал «да».
Матильда! Я сказал Матильда! Что с вами случилось сегодня?
Извините, Хайсан.
Matilda, your father is very, very stupid. But he's also very, very, very lucky to have you for a daughter. Although, if I happen to be doing business here again, and I see him, he will not be so lucky.
Quick, let's get out of here before they change their minds.
But what about the girls? Okay, so you want to stay here with Miss Honey?
Yes,
Okay, and you'll take care of everything?
I will.
All right, well, I guess, since we're short on room, deal, okay.
Thank you. And Matilda leapt into Miss Honey's arms.
And hugged her.
And Miss Honey hugged her back.
And they hardly noticed as the wormwoods sped away.
And Rudolfo!
As the wormwoods and Rodolfo sped away into the distance.
Because they had found each other.
Yes, they had found each other.